Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this video finds you. I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on today's Figure Find and Unboxing, I have some head scans that came in from Headgimmicks on Instagram. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Alright, I am back, and like I said, I've got some head scans that came in from Headgimmicks on Instagram, and he's one of 3 people I have gotten head scans from, and I actually just got some from, I ordered some on eBay from a seller in Singapore. He had them pretty cheap. I figured, what the heck, they're supposed to be 3D printed scans like what I order. They were only $5 each. I got 5 heads for $25. So those... they might show up, they might not, they might take months, they might be here next week, I don't know. But those are coming down the pipeline, hopefully. But today here, these are ones that I didn't have to wait too long. I ordered these and probably got them like 2 or 3 weeks later. I did have a couple times miscommunicating. I didn't realize I'd forgotten to give him my address, so that added some time. But really, it was pretty quick, and as far as I can tell, everything looks in pretty good shape. Sometimes when you paint things up, you can kind of see some spots that got messed up, but just looking at things, I'm pretty happy with how things came out so far. And most of these, let's see, all of these are kind of like throwbacks. So this might not be the target crowd for these heads, but these are ones that I really wanted to get, and I really don't think I'm going to get from Mattel. So anyway, I'm done talking. Let's check out what we got. Okay, so first off here, we have Hercules. So he was back in the golden era. He was with the Heenan family. He had a face run, he had a heel run, but what I got him for was his tag team run he had with Paul Roma. So he is also in this order. So you see Hercules back there, and then Paul Roma, who in and of itself, who really cares about Paul Roma? Well, I mean, I did. I do enough to want him as a tag team. So I really wanted Power and Glory. I have custom t-shirts for them already. I didn't really have head scans for them. I did originally plan to use a Rusev head for Hercules, but I couldn't decide on anything really good for Paul Roma. I had seen people use Dolph Ziggler, and if you like put those heads side by side, you could kind of see it, but these head scans from Headgimmicks, I think are really good, and he's not expensive. I want to say I paid maybe $10 per head cast. I believe something around there. And then like shipping was free on top of it. So I paid, I think I paid $80 for the 8 heads I got, which isn't too bad. Next here is another tag team. So I have Brian Adams and Brian Clark from their time in WCW, and a little bit from when they were a part of the Invasion. But I have Chronic. And these guys will be on, well, here, we'll go one at a time. These guys will be on either Figure Review or probably Work in Progress Wednesday, because I got a little bit to do with them. So these will make their way to the channel. So I think this is Brian Clark, and then the other ones are Brian Adams. I get them mixed up. Why do they have to both be named Brian? But here's the other one. And I think all these look really good. I'm excited to paint these. They have a lot of detail. They're not just like a flat scan. So like you can see his brow there, how it like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the scowl, you can kind of see that. And I think with paint, it's really going to stick out. Let's see. And like I said, these are all ones I highly doubt we ever actually get from Mattel. But it's not out, nothing's ever out of the question completely. Next one here's for the new gen fans. We've got Sparkplug Bob Holly, and I have not started working on a body for him. I have started working on bodies for Chronic, which have some pretty interesting parts. So now that I think about it, they will have to be on work in progress Wednesday because they took a lot of detail. But I just love that you can see like the forehead lines. Like, I really like that. I think it makes it easier for me at least to do like a dark wash to kind of bring out some of those details. So I like that. These might be like maybe a little more cartoony than some of the ones I've gotten from Haus 14 or Heteration, but so far, I really like all three of those guys, so I'm not going to complain at all. Next up here, we've got a WCW like cult favorite. We have Alex Wright. So this is one of them that I think does look a little more cartoony, like his cheeks and his jawline, but I think the likeness just from the grayscale looks really good. And again, like I'm really excited to paint that up. And what are the chances we get an Alex Wright? Probably pretty slim. Das Wunderkid. And then here we go, two ECW favorites of mine that I did try a few different things. I tried a Toy Biz head for one of these guys, and then the other, I just could not find anything that I liked. And then I'll explain a little more why I couldn't find anything I liked once I get to this last head. But next up here, we have Mike Awesome. And like his namesake, I think this head scan looks pretty awesome. I did originally, like a while ago, I was going to order a Mike Awesome head from Haus 14. And I decided against it because I had his Toy Biz head. And I thought it looked okay, but then once I started putting the body together and really tried getting like the mass and size of him, the Toy Biz head looked really, it just looked like a pinhead. So I had some buyer's, or lack of buyer's regret, and decided to go ahead and get a Mike Awesome head from Headgimmicks while I was in the midst of that order. And then lastly, this is one, I mean, I'm really excited for all of these, but this is one that I feel like I had found the perfect formula for his body. I just could not find the head, so I could not find a good likeness, that's the word I'm thinking of, for Masato Tanaka. And this was actually the head I saw that brought me to Headgimmicks. I had seen him before, but I hadn't really had a reason to order. But I didn't really see a Masato Tanaka head from anyone else, I don't think. And I reached out and messaged him because I needed this head. A lot of times I see when I look for, before Headcast really blew up, like most of the time people would just modify heads of current wrestlers, obviously. And a lot of time with Asian wrestlers, it was always either like a Funaki head or a Yoshitatsu head. And like the only relation I felt a lot of times that those had were that they were Asian. And you know, that's just not what I was going for. I didn't think those were going to provide the likeness that I needed. I think this one looks really good, and I cannot wait to work on these, get these finished up, and add all these to my shelf, because these are pretty cool holes to add to my collection. Like I said, I'm just like trying to get everyone in on my shelf that I can, and I think I'm really excited to finish all of these. So that is all the heads that I have today. Like I said, I've got more coming in pretty soon. My Black Friday order, Cyber Monday order, like the month of November orders, those will come in soon too. So plenty of things to unbox coming up. I'm really excited. This is always a fun time of year. My birthday is in November, so that's always my excuse to go a little extra with, especially with Black Friday. And Ringside has Black Friday and Cyber Monday up to like 1 through 3.0. Like they have so many sales, and like everywhere's got sales, and I'm really excited. But that's going to wrap things up today. If you want to look at more figure finds and unboxings, you can click the playlist in the video. Other than that, please like, share, subscribe, and remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy figures. Figure Dude, out.